You already know you need CMMC. Your prime is asking, and your contracts are pointing that way. But how do you absorb a six-figure number without it wrecking your year? And the quotes you're getting aren't helping. One MSP says 90,000. Another says 220. Nobody's explaining why the spread is that wide, or which number is actually yours. So let's clear that up. In the next 3 minutes, you'll know what drives the cost, where the real risk hides, and what to do before you sign anything. For a 20 to 25 person defense contractor going for level 2, first year costs typically run $100,000 to $120,000. After that, plan for your IT and security budget to be 50 to 100% higher than it is today. That's licensing, implementation, documentation, and the audit. If DoD work is core to your business, that's the cost of staying competitive. If it's not, the math gets harder fast. But you already know which side of that line you're on, or you wouldn't be watching this. Here's where the quotes start diverging. Microsoft 365 licensing. Most contractors have to move off commercial Microsoft 365 to GCC or GCC High. That's not a small jump. GCC runs about 10 to 15% more than commercial. GCC High adds 40 to 70% on top of commercial rates. You may need GCC High if you handle ITAR data or certain types of CUI. For a 25-user company, that licensing decision alone can swing your annual spend by $25,000 a year. And it gets worse if you guess wrong. We've managed one project where year 1 runs about $70,000 spread across 8 months. Year 2 looks quieter, until a single month it's $11,000 because GCC High licensing renews, more than 3 times the lowest month of project. Map your renewal dates before you start, not after. Most people assume the C3 PAO audit is the expensive part. It's not. The C3 PAO assessment runs $50,000 to $75,000 for a standard level 2 scope. It's a real number, but it's predictable. The expensive mistakes happen earlier in planning, picking the wrong Microsoft 365 tier, scoping CUI too broadly across your whole company instead of isolating it, skipping prep work to save money up front. Any one of those can mean rebuilding systems after a failed assessment, emergency migrations at 2 to 3 times the planned cost, or losing a contract while you scramble to fix it. We've seen contractors who saved $5,000 by skipping a gap assessment and then spent $40,000 fixing what surfaced during a real audit. Prep work is not where you cut. Here's something you won't find in the quote. A CMMC project has natural phases: gap assessment, documentation, technical implementation, licensing migration, and audit prep. Each one has its own cost and timeline. On that same project, monthly costs range from $3,000 to $17,000, depending on what was happening that month. The full number is real, but it's not a day one check. If you need predictability, there are options. We've structured engagements as a fixed monthly fee over 12 months. You pay a small premium for certainty, but it turns a project into a line item you can budget around. A business line of credit is another route most contractors don't think to explore before assuming it has to come from operating cash. Cost is what stalls most CMMC projects before they start. The number is real, but it doesn't at all at once, and the path through it depends on decisions most contractors don't know they're making yet. If you want a straight answer on where your organization stands, what tier of Microsoft 365 you actually need, and what the real number looks like for your business, book a free 30-minute consultation with Yen Computers. We're a Virginia-based managed IT provider, a registered practitioner organization with the Cyber AB, and we work through CMMC readiness with small and mid-sized contractors every week.